This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today, just to show that Batgirl's not the only figure I buy from McFarlane Toys, I have the Joker and Punchline 2-pack from the DC Multiverse series. I don't actually have a Joker in my collection so far, so this is going to be a pretty good addition, and man, he is kind of messed up looking. I don't mean messed up in a bad way either, it's just that's a really creepy head sculpt. Punchline, I am honestly not too familiar with. Most of my knowledge comes from what the guy at the comic shop has mentioned about her, and I guess she's supposed to be playing a decent sized role in the current Gotham City Sirens comic that they're doing. And also, she takes Harley Quinn's place as Joker's girl Friday, apparently. On the back of the box, we get some artwork of the two characters. Based on this artwork, it does appear that Punchline has a smaller chest in the toy than she does on the artwork, which is kind of weird because I would have said previously that McFarlane doesn't exactly shy away from doing the big-breasted women figures. But then again, maybe he's gotten to that point now where he's falling in line with the rest of the toy companies. Who knows? The Joker himself looks pretty messed up there too, man. That is creepy. I'd really like to see them do a Jack Nicholson version of the Joker, but I'm not sure if he has put out his likeness rights for them to do that, like, or if maybe they can't get that because I don't think I've ever seen any real merchandise except for the direct movie tie-ins back in the day for him. But let's go ahead and open this up. Let's go ahead and try to open this up. We got a nice Gotham City background. I may have to co-opt this image for the background of my thumbnail. We got the two cards. We got the Joker. Real name unavailable. Not available. The Joker employs a variety of clown and circus-themed weaponry, ranging from razor-sharp playing cards to acid-spurting lapel flowers. He often sets up shop in deserted card factories or in dilapidated former circus grounds, keeping to his favorite themes. Not much there. Punchline. Real name, Alexis Kane. K. Alexis K was a disaffected college student whose anger with the world she saw as falling apart around her made her the perfect acolyte for the Joker's nihilistic philosophy. She wanted to prove to her hero that she was not merely an obsessive fangirl, but a potential partner in crime. She created her own version of the Joker toxin and killed her college dean with it. The Joker, watching from inside her wardrobe, was satisfied that Alexis, or Punchline, as she called herself, was up to the job of helping him in the next plot against Batman. I'm just gonna say right now, this is like the heaviest duty plastic I have seen in a figure pack so far. It's actually kind of annoying. And speaking of annoying, come on, McFarlane. Why did you not give us a second hand if you're going to sculpt something on her hand? That is freaking obnoxious. You know, I was kind of afraid that that's what that was going to be too when I first saw this. Come on, seriously? Alright, so Joker comes with a big old knife. Pretty sure that's paint on his gloves and not just like the actual plastic, which means we're probably going to get some kind of We're probably going to get some wiping off of the onto the blade. Punchline has a slightly smaller knife. And one absolutely useless hand because it's got a ball sculpted into it, and they didn't give us a swap out hand because spending that extra penny in production costs would be too much for this 2-pack. Speaking of which, this 2-pack is light on accessories, again, which is why they probably should have just gone ahead and given us a freaking second hand for that one. But it was also only $39.99 at Target. I don't think it's Target exclusive since I also saw it at GameStop. I will say, however, that I only was willing to buy it because I had the extra 15% off from Target Circle. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. Even though I do want a Joker from my Batman collection. And I do like the new female figures. Though, as mentioned before, her chest is definitely not as big as it appears in the artwork. So it does look like McFarlane Toys is going the same route as our other big toy companies and removing the feminine form from their female figures. We'll go with Punchline here. I'm going to take her knife out. Articulation-wise, head appears to be on a ball joint in there. There is a hinge in the neck so that you can move it up and down. She can look sideways. She can look over to the other side. Up and down. Head sculpt. She looks fine. Again, not familiar enough with this character to say how accurate this is. I'm assuming the red nose is part of her costume. Not a big fan of that, though. I do like the ponytail, though. And the hair sculpt itself, I'm thinking it kind of looks like the ponytail and the whatever the ponytail holder is supposed to be is a separate piece from the rest of the hair in all likelihood, and then glued onto it. She does have butterfly joints that barely do anything, making them virtually pointless, in my opinion. We do have a hinge up and a hinge down. She can spin that arm all around. We do have a bicep cut. Thank you. Double jointed elbow. Nicely done. The hand has a swivel. And the articulation can go in and out with the way the hand is facing. At her waist, we do have a spin. There is a boob cut, so we can actually spin the top of the torso also. Oh, actually, it does look like the torso does have, or the waist does appear to be on a ball joint. Her skirt is a soft plastic with a slice on one side to give you a little bit of leeway on the articulation. I don't know if that's true with the actual character in the comics. She can kick up yay far on that side and kick back yay far on that side. On her other side, the skirt does stop her from kicking up as far or kicking back as far. Of course, as with all the McFarlane figures for some reason, he does not include a thigh cut. So the only kind of spin you have on here is just the way the jointing is done. I think it would be nice if they actually put a true thigh cut in there instead of just setting up the joints that way. We do have a double jointed knee. We have a hinge at the foot and we can spin it. And she does wear high heels with a thick heel. I think the paint apps look all pretty good though, from what I can tell. I like the glossy black that they use on both the boots and her dress, making it kind of look like she's probably wearing a latex dress over her clothes. The one thing I gotta say is that I don't know why, but this entire top area just looks kind of off to me, like it's too long compared to how an actual human body would be. Is the only best way I can describe it. And I don't know if that's just a weird effect by the design of the paint scheme, but it just looks kind of weird to me. She does have cuts in her um, leggings and on her top. She's got the X's and O's on her gloves. And I'm assuming that this is some kind of Joker bomb in her hand. Once again, I wish they had given us a new hand sculpt for that. Now for the Joker. Our Joker figurehead, same kind of hinge, maybe mechanism, kind of. Actually, it looks like it's just the hinge isn't the right word for it. It's that kind of like open double ball joint that they use. So yeah, for the neck, often plugged into there, plugged in the top with enough leeway to move it around. That head sculpt, that is a terrifying Joker face. I don't know how accurate that is in the comic that they're trying to take it out of, but it is definitely a terrifying Joker face. And he's got quite the receding hairline going on. So this is kind of an interesting thing because it looks like his entire upper body that we see here is actually just a rubber covering for the main body. I don't know what that would look like under there, but it is hiding a lot of the joints. But he does have a butterfly joint, and it works better than it did on Punchline. We can spin the arm around. The plastic is soft enough to let it do so without much interference. We can hinge up and down, and that's weird because it seems like the joint is letting him. So, like, she had a standard up and down. He has a standard up and down, but the entire joint moves with it too. So, and unfortunately, because of the rubber coating, rubber coat literally, I can't get a good look inside. Bicep cut. Ooh, what a mess. Double jointed at the elbow. Spin at the wrist. We have in and out articulation on his hand. Although, to me, it looks like what they've done is one of those. And honestly, it's probably the same on her, but it's harder to see on her. But you know where they have the two halves of a ball connected together with a pin going out each side? That seems to be what they're doing in there. So it's kind of like a ball jointed dowel ball joint. We do have waist articulation. It feels like it is a ball joint because you can wiggle it all about. I can't tell if there's a joint at the top. I don't think there is, but the coat interferes if there is. He's got a giant diaper on to hide his legs. He can kick up that far in the front. He can kick back that far in the back. And he can do a near perfect splits on the side. He could probably kick Bane in the chin. Double jointed at the knee. Spin at the ankle. And a hinge. The sculpt of the pant leg does interfere a bit with both of those, but not too badly. Although I didn't mention this earlier, Joker does in fact have articulated toes. I keep forgetting about those because that is one thing where McFarlane does put articulation that most companies don't, is at the toes. However, even though I have seen him do that with female figures before, Punchline does not have the articulated toes like a lot of the other female figures have had. And again, that's kind of disappointing, but to be expected. I guess that's pretty much all there is to say about these two. I think it's not a bad Joker to add to your collection if you don't have a Joker yet. I haven't seen very many Joker. Actually, I've seen a surprisingly lack of Joker figures in the McFarlane Toys. I think I saw the giant mutated Joker from like the Arkham Asylum games once. And obviously, we see the one from the 66 series, which I don't even buy very many of those figures because I really hate the articulation there. It's even more lacking than here. Once again, McFarlane Toys, where they were known for their articulation back when they started, and now they're being outclassed by everybody else again. They come with about the same number of accessories as the other $20 figures, so there's no real complaining about that for it. But otherwise, I'm glad I got the discount. I suppose I'll have to read some of the comics about Punchline. Maybe they have a graphic novel with her origin available to read. I'll get it at the library or something. Anyway, let me know what you think. I really am getting kind of disheartened by the McFarlane Toys lately. I know he's been doing like the large scale vehicles. Although, can't you just get me a 1989 Batwing? I don't want the animated one. I don't like the animated one that much. Just get me a nice 1989 Batwing. Not the one from the Flash movie, not the one from the animated series, just the one from the 89 movie. That I'll get excited over. I hope you enjoyed this review, though. If you did, please leave a comment below. Give me a like if you'd be willing to. And, if you really did truly enjoy it, please feel free to subscribe. I appreciate you all for doing so. I'm kind of hoping maybe we can hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And thanks for watching. Peace and love.